Have you ever wondered why the news plays the same 5 stories again and again? Let me give you a little hint. Brainwashing and repetition is the most basic form of brainwashing. Join me as we look at the news cycle and talk about why the mainstream media is so gutless and afraid to report the truth. What's up? Happy Monday. Welcome to Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange, and this is the show where the conspiracy is the news. You know what that means. Misinformation, disinformation, propaganda, all of the above, and all the spin that they try and put on us because they think we're stupid. They think we're actually stupid. And unfortunately, in many cases, they're correct. That's the worst part because, yeah, it is what it is. What can you do? What's going on, guys? I see you in the chat. Hope everybody's well. Like I said, happy Monday, and don't worry, it is Monday, but Monday doesn't suck. Your job just sucks. That's what's going on here. I'm gonna click all the buttons appropriately, make sure everything's looking good, sounding good. I think we're fine. All right, let's see. So this show actually started with a different show called Troubled Minds Radio. Troubled Minds Radio, and in that show we talk about all kinds of weird stuff, right? Like I call that the beer show. This is the coffee show, okay? Meaning that the weird stuff goes by dark of night on Troubled Minds Radio, which we got a doozy for you tonight. Spent some time last night putting it together and talking about all kinds of crazy angles and options for this particular news story that came out, which we'll get to tonight on the news show right now. But basically, look, we used to do a news segment on the old Troubled Minds radio shows, and it just got larger and larger because there's way too much news to talk about. So we couldn't leave some things out, so we just split the two off and thought, okay, it makes better sense to just have a news show that's just a news show, and then a Troubled Mind show that's just a Troubled Mind show, and everything's a lot more clean that way. So here we are. What's up? How's everybody doing? And that's it. That's really the origin of this. And in the name of transparency, as always, right, you guys can call the phone number. I've got a phone number up. It's called it goes like this. It's called a phone number, of course, but the number is 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037. That's of Gibby. I was typing how we are all kind of dumb. Yeah, right. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so there's a phone number. You can go to troubledminds.org, click the Discord link. Got some changes coming to the website, so if the website's a little wonky for a bit, you know what's going on. It's intentional because things are changing. And there we go. Troubledminds.org. You can click the Discord link, and the phone number's there as well. If I read the phone number too fast, because I happen to do that all the time. And there you go. So anyway, that's what's happening with this. That's what's going on, and you can call me at that number. And there you go. I think that probably sums it up. Does that sum it up? I think that sums it up. All right. What's up? Ordered my hat today. Nice. I saw that somebody ordered this exact hat, right? The hat I'm wearing. Yeah, this is a nice looking hat, isn't it? Thank you for the order. Thanks for supporting the show. And let me know how the hat looks when you get it. A lot of people have sent me pictures. You don't have to send me pictures. I understand people have jobs and whatnot, and they can't be outed as weirdos. But love to see what the hat looks like and what you thought. Appreciate the order there, my friend. All right, let's do it. Let's get on to the news. What do we got? Let me check something real quick. And there you go. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. Good. Here we go. We're going to do it this. Let's jump to the news. Let's get to the news, shall we? This is from space.com. And in the other name of transparency, you can also do this right here. You can do that and go straight to the articles that I'm looking at. And you can read along if you want to do that. What's up? From space.com. Yeah. You guys heard about this, right? This is some weird stuff going on out there in deep space in the edge of the solar system. With the headline is this: with Voyager 1 data mystery, NASA relies on slow, long-distance conversation. All right. There we go. The spacecraft is operating properly, but is confused about its location. Yeah, right. We got some space-time warping. Like, what the hell's going on, right? I mean, this is super weird. Here we go. We'll start here. NASA's Voyager 1 team is trying to work out why this spacecraft appears to be confused about its location in space. But the mission's distance from Earth makes solving the issue challenging. The Voyager 1 mission launched in 1977 with a design lifetime of 5 years. Nearly 45 years and a series of planetary flybys later, the spacecraft is now around 14.5 billion miles from Earth, exploring interstellar space. It's not entirely true. The spacecraft has made countless discoveries, but also has suffered a number of anomalies and mysteries. The latest of these is junk telemetry data being sent back to Earth. Quote, "We have a problem with the Voyager 1 spacecraft," Thomas Zurbuchen, NASA's Associate Administrator for the Science Mission Directorate, said at a meeting of the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering and Medicine Space Studies Board on Thursday, June 9th. Holy crap, these names get longer and longer. When you need an entire paragraph to describe what a meeting was, something's wrong. Anyway, where he offered more details about the situation and what it might mean for the mission. While the spacecraft is operating well, messages from the Voyager's attitude, articulation, and control system, which keeps the spacecraft and its antenna in the proper orientation, are, quote, not reflecting what's actually happening on board, Zurbuchen said. Getting to the bottom of this confusion is no easy matter, however, due to the vast distance between Earth and Voyager 1, meaning long delays in the time it takes to communicate, almost making the spacecraft a victim of its longevity. Quote, imagine you have a conversation with somebody in which you can only say one word, say a word every day, Zurbuchen said, and you only hear back every other day. That's the kind of discussion that we have. So, weirdness here because it seems like everything is working properly with Voyager 1, except it doesn't know where the hell it is. Space-time fluctuations. This is the beginning of a Star Trek episode, is it not? It certainly seems like it. I don't know. What are your thoughts? As usual, 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, troubleminds.org. Let's keep on trucking, shall we? There's more news, as always, more news. Let's go to this. This is from Live Science. All right, let's do Live Science. Ancient toothless eel is your earliest known ancestor. Oh, all right. This is fine. So no longer are you pond scum. You have been upgraded to a toothless eel. Congratulations. Congratulations. A perplexing mystery fish may have finally been placed on the evolutionary tree of life. Nice. All right, here we go. Blah, blah, blah. More than a century ago, scientists were stumped by the discovery of an unusual fossil unearthed from a Scottish quarry. Say Scottish quarry 3 times fast. Anyway, the remains suggested a toothless eel-like creature with a potentially cartilaginous skeleton. There we go. And for 130 years after the mystery creature was unearthed, it continued to defy classification. This thing was named Paleospondylus gunni. Gunni. And now, with the use of high-resolution imaging, a research team has finally determined that this mysterious fish may very well be one of our earliest ancestors. Oh, yeah. You just got a promotion, guys. From pond scum to ancient toothless eel. All right, anyway, let's keep on trucking. Oh, boy. I kind of prefer pond scum. Here we go. We got futurism.com. Scientists create creature that doesn't need to breathe. Speaking of pond scum, did you guys see this? Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Thanks to some biological tinkering, a team of scientists found a way to keep tadpoles alive, even after taking away their ability to breathe. Yeah. The Ludwig Maximilians University researchers injected photosynthetic algae into the tadpoles, creating a symbiotic relationship between amphibian and microbe that keeps the amphibians alive without any environmental oxygen, the scientist reports. It's an odd experiment that could have important medical value, keeping someone alive when a stroke cuts off their brain's oxygen supply, for example. But it's also a fascinating step forward in biological experimentation in its own right. Yeah. This is fun, right? This is totally fun. In order to test their new hybrid, the researchers starved the tadpoles of oxygen until their brains shut down completely. That seems cool. That's fine. Then they shined a light onto the water tank, activating the algae and causing it to produce oxygen. Once they did so, the tadpoles' brains became active again, indicating that the algae were successfully keeping their new host alive, according to research published in the journal iScience on Wednesday. Gettysburg College biologist Ryan Kearney, probably, who didn't contribute to the new study, told the scientist that researchers, himself included, have been trying to create artificial symbiotic relationships with algae with the goal of changing or improving animal physiology for about a decade. Yeah, exactly. The lab must be a nightmare hellscape for those tadpoles. Exactly, right? Yeah, this is one of the weird ones. This is one of the super weird ones. So I don't know what's going on here. So they created an artificial symbiosis between, that's right, amphibians and microbes. Yeah. So this is fine. This is fine. Pond scum, right? Fine all over again. And as usual, right? This is the way the world works anymore. What are your thoughts? 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link at troubledminds.org. Let's go to NBCnews.com. Let's go back to the real world for just a moment and let you know what kind of actual conspiracies are happening out there, because, of course, they're always happening out there. We've got this. Brookings president resigns amid FBI Qatar, I think that's how you say Qatar, Qatar. Some people say Qatar, some people say Qatar. FBI Qatar lobbying probe. Retired General John Allen wrote in a letter to the think tank that he was leaving with a heavy heart, but did not offer a direct explanation for his departure. Yeah, this is fine. Yep. Let's see. Excuse me one sec. Okay. The president of the Brookings Institution resigned Sunday amid a federal investigation into whether he illegally lobbied on behalf of the wealthy Persian Gulf nation of Qatar. Retired General John Allen wrote in a letter that he to the think tank that he was leaving with a heavy heart, but did not offer a direct explanation. Quote, "I know it is best for all concerned in this moment," Allen's letter said. A retired four-star Marine general who led U.S. and NATO forces in Afghanistan, Allen's announcement came less than a week after the Associated Press was first to report on new court filings that showed the FBI had seized Allen's electronic data as part of the lobbying probe. Allen has not been charged with any crimes, and through a spokesman has denied any wrongdoing. Spokesperson, I can't even say it. Brookings, which had put Allen on administrative leave the day after the AP's initial report, issued a statement thanking Allen for guiding the think tank through the coronavirus pandemic and other contributions. The institution said information about the search for a new president would be forthcoming. Yeah, whatever, assholes. Look, I don't know, man. Is he guilty of a crime? Maybe. Yeah. So this is the way the world is, right? You get these people that come in and out of these high military spots or spots in the government, and what do they do? And then okay, here we go. One sec. Cool. All right. So that's what's going on with this. I mean, this is just like I said, you go into politics and you end up at the highest levels of government and even military where that commingles, and you come out rich, right? And he's on think tanks in Washington and all kinds of other shit, and then he's lobbying on behalf of a foreign government, and anyway, so on and so forth. That's how you get rich, guys. Become a politician and get to the top, and then boom, the money just finds you magically, right? There's no conspiracy involved. It's just the money finds you. Yeah. 702-957-1037. Let's go to SciTech Daily. Did I share that last one? Oh, sure did. Okay, here we go. All right, now check this out. We got all kinds of new stuff happening all the time. Remember, trust the science, all the rest of that. Check this out. Harvard scientists have developed a revolutionary new treatment for diabetes. Now we're talking, right? This is SciTech Daily. The University of Missouri scientists are partnering with Harvard and Georgia Tech to create a new diabetes treatment that involves transplanting insulin-producing pancreatic cells. What? Yep. Type 1 diabetes is estimated to affect around 1.8 million Americans. Although type 1 diabetes often develops in childhood or adolescence, it can occur in adulthood. Despite active research, type 1 diabetes has no cure. Treatment methods include taking insulin, monitoring your diet, managing blood sugar levels, and exercising regularly. Scientists have also recently discovered a new treatment method that holds promise. Yep, here it is. A group of researchers from the University of Missouri, Georgia Institute of Technology, and Harvard has proved the successful use of a novel type 1 diabetes treatment in a large animal model in a new study published in Science Advances on May 13th. Their method includes transferring insulin-producing pancreas cells known as pancreatic islets? I don't know. What is that? Islets? ISLETS? I guess we could ask Microsoft Mike. I'll try in a sec. From a donor to a recipient without the need for long-term immunosuppressive medicines. Let's see what Microsoft Mike has to say about this. He's got nothing to say. Nothing to say. Come on, Microsoft Mike, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. Nope. Nope. All right, I was going to drink some coffee. All right, we'll wait. All right. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Interesting stuff. Always new scientific discoveries, new things happening, moving and shaking. What can you do, right? Other than enjoy it. Sit back and enjoy the ride. 702-957-1037. Let's take a quick break and get a word from our sponsor, which, of course, is you. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. More Troubled Minds news with Michael Strange on the way.
Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up to 2 accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us.
All right, welcome back to Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange, and we're going to keep on trucking. We're doing this, talking about the news and the news cycles, and yeah, Microsoft Mike is on strike. What kind of BS is this? It happens, so I didn't reboot the computer before we started streaming, which is usually a problem because you get things hung up in the RAM and whatnot, and it breaks Microsoft Mike. So I'll just crack the whip and get Microsoft Mike working back the way he should be. What's going on, guys? I see you in the chat. Hope everybody's well. Let's go to sci-fi.com. Yeah. Did you guys hear about this one? Now, this is absolutely nuts. Now, this is the old, right, nature finds a way, the Jurassic Park type stuff. And when we talk about meddling with the genome of critters and then allowing them to get into the wild, kind of like they did with the GMO mosquitoes they dropped in Florida and California. Yeah, this could not be good, guys. Listen to this from sci-fi.com. Cloned crayfish accidentally created in an aquarium are conquering the world. Yep, it sounds like something out of a movie, but it's really happening. Look at this. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, let's just skip the fluff in the beginning here. All right, human cloning is as yet still beyond our reach, but nature has the process locked down. A number of animals, including some reptiles, birds, and sharks, clone themselves through asexual reproduction, known as parthenogenesis. That elite club of clone animals has a new member. Yep. Over the last few decades, the planet has been at the mercy of a 10-legged, many-clawed crustacean, ravenously creating a clone army bent on world domination. No, it isn't an interplanetary interloper or the result of an uncontained government experiment. This is biology gone wrong, or if you happen to be a marbled crayfish, biology gone horribly right. Look at this. This is nuts. Today, the freshwater marbled crayfish populates various ecosystems across Asia, Europe, and Africa, and they trace they all trace back to a single genetically identical individual born less than 3 decades ago. Listen to this, less than 3 decades. Their precise population numbers are unknown, but there are an estimated 23,000 living in a single small lake in Germany, which measures less than a tenth of a square kilometer. So it stands to reason there are a lot of them. Now listen to this, how this thing came about. This is pretty nuts. Their invasive nature and rapid spread across a significant portion of the planet made them an intriguing target for scientific investigation. An international team of scientists completed an analysis of their genome in an effort to uncover their origin and found that they were stranger than we could have dreamed. Their findings were published in the journal Nature, Ecology, Evolution. Now, this is where it gets, you want super weird? Here it is. The genome of the marbled crayfish has 3.5 million base pairs. That's more than the human genome, comprised of roughly 21,000 genes from 92 chromosomes. What's unusual is that instead of the expected 2 copies of their chromosomes, marbled crayfish have 3. Their genetic composition is similar to the sloth crayfish, a close relative, leading scientists to conclude that the first marbled crayfish was born through an unusual reproductive happenstance when 2 sloth crayfish mated. What's more, it appears that the sloth parents hail from different parts of the world, making it unlikely that they met in the wild. Instead, it's believed they might have been dropped in the same aquarium tank and met in captivity, where they would later give birth to their unusual progeny. Gets more weird. Check this out. That might have been the end of the story, but this new genetic aberration must somehow have escaped the tank, or else one of its own cloned offspring did and made its way into the wild. It's often thought that clonal species are at higher risk because they lack the genetic diversity which comes with sexual reproduction, but that hasn't been a challenge for the marbled crayfish, at least thus far. There you go. Despite its, here you go. Blah, blah, blah. Once they find their way into an ecosystem, there's likely no stopping them. A single individual can lay 700 eggs, all copies of itself, and they can survive drought conditions by burrowing into the ground and migrate over land. All the while, they outcompete and reduce the numbers of endemic species. So there you go. There's the clone crayfish army that's happening because of a biodiversity fluke. Two crayfish from different parts of the world got busy, and this is what we get. This is what we get. Yeah, this is fine. This is probably fine. No problem. Wait till they pick up the phone and call you and tell you they're coming to a swimming pool near you. Then there's another problem, right? 702-957-1037. Click the Discord at troubledminds.org. Yeah, that's cloning. That's totally cloning. What's going on, guys? So we got this CNBC. Yeah, you guys been watching the crypto markets? Oh, shit. Bitcoin drops as much as 17%, falling below 23,000 as $200 billion wiped off crypto market over the weekend. The crypto news just gets worse and worse, doesn't it? Yeah, this is bad. Bitcoin tumbled below 23,000 on Monday, hitting its lowest level since December of 2020, as investors dumped crypto amid a broader sell-off in risk assets. Meanwhile, a crypto lending company called Celsius has paused withdrawals for its customers, sparking fears of contagion into the broader market. Oh, that's fine. This should be fine. Let's just freeze people's money. That'll do it. That'll fix things, right? The world's largest cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, dropped below the 23,000 mark, according to CoinDesk data. At one point, Bitcoin fell about 17% to trade around 22,764. Remember, it was up to over 70,000. I think just below 70. It was at 69,000 as early as November of last year. So we're talking about, let's say 70,000 down to 22. Holy shit, that's a massive drop. Some of these losses were later recovered at around 4 p.m. on Wall Street. Bitcoin stood at 23,351. Yeah, nuts. This is let's call it ugly. Bloodbath, crypto bloodbath. And some people are still like, wait, it hasn't hit bottom yet, and then I'm going to buy. buy the dip. This is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. It's just for the lulz. 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, troubleminds.org. Let's go to SciTech Daily. Let's keep on trucking, shall we? There's always more to talk about. Where are we at time-wise? Everything's fine. That's fine. Everything's good. All right. Hat looks good. All right. Everything's fine. SciTech Daily. Let's do it. New medication shrinks cancer in 80% of patients. What the hell's going on? We got all this new cancer news. So is this real, or what the fuck is going on? Let's read it. After using zanubrutinib, okay, that's a nice drug name, 80% of patients with a specific type of lymphoma had their tumors shrink in a clinical trial, which we just saw that one cancer thing that actually fixed a bunch of people. And like for the first time ever in one trial, it actually removed all cancer from everybody in the trial. This was a different one from last week, I think it was talking about rectal cancer. This now is talking about lymphoma, right? So the oral medication zanubrutinib was shown to help most patients with a slow-growing kind of cancer called marginal zone lymphoma in early research conducted by the University of Michigan Health Rogo Cancer Center. Cancers shrank in 80% of the 20 patients with marginal zone lymphoma who took part in the clinical study, with 1/5 of them going into complete remission. Now we're talking. The medicine has a substantially lowered response rate in the 33 people who had follicular lymphoma, a similar type of cancer. Nevertheless, 18% of individuals who underwent imaging showed no signs of cancer. That's significant. That's a good number. The most frequent side effects were diarrhea, bruises, and rashes, ouch, as well as colds, fevers, and lower levels of white blood cells, which are important for combating infections and are part of the immune system. That seems counterintuitive. Anyway, based on the results of the research as well as the secondary study named Magnolia, the Food and Drug Administration approved zanubrutinib on a contingent basis for adults with marginal zone lymphoma that has returned or proven resistant to other treatments. Quote, treatment options with improved tolerability and better disease control were much needed for marginal zone lymphoma and follicular lymphoma. As I said, Tyson Phillips, MD, a hematologist at the Rogel Cancer Center, a clinical associate professor at the University of Michigan Medical School, and the lead author of this study. Quote, continue, quote, while the small size of this study limits broad conclusions, the safety and efficacy results highlight the potential for zanubrutinib, nice, in addition to available therapies for these cancers. There we go. Hey, cancer sucks. Cancer sucks entirely, and hopefully they almost got it licked. Again, take this stuff with a grain of salt, as somebody said in the last one when we talked about it. It's difficult to say these small trials hit with news all the time, but usually it's not ridiculous news. It's like, this many people responded to about this amount of stuff, and it was better than it was before, but we still don't have an answer. Who knows? Maybe we're close to some answers. Cross your fingers there. Good thoughts into the air, because you never know. Maybe the cure for cancer is in the air this time, and that's what's coming next. 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link at troubledminds.org. We'll put you on the show. It's as easy as that. This one is a tweet gone viral. Oh boy, let's look at this. Let's look at this. If you guys aren't following on Twitter, you should be. Troubled at Troubled Minds R. That's right, R's for the radio. Troubled Minds R. Check this out. I tweeted this. Not me, my robot. I got a robot tweeter. Was tweeting stuff on this past weekend, and this one particular tweet gained 50 or 60 followers on Twitter, and it went mini viral. I guess, I don't know, super weird. So I thought we'd talk about it. It's from alien UFO sightings, and check this out: disclosure of classified X documents and archaeological Aztec origin objects found in Ojuelos de Jalisco, Mexico. All right. So this is, if you look at the pictures here, these are like those alien head artifacts that are, appear to be carved in the ancient way, and right, all the rest of this, and they have, it's basically, it looks like an alien head made out of rock, like a rock carving, and it's got some other, let's say, I don't know, pictoglyphs on the head or something, right, on the top of the alien head. In any case, look, I guess maybe like the old school prison tats or something. In any case, look at this. The Aztecs came along after the Maya. This is straight from the article. The Mexican government had agreed to disclose to the public several archaeological objects that have remained hidden for decades from the time they were discovered. A helmet-shaped head of an alien etched in stone tablets of gold and silver, which can be recognized in engraved details. How astronauts, this thing is written so poorly. Anyway, if you look at this stuff, these are basically, as somebody chimed in on Twitter, it was somebody that's a connoisseur of Aztec and Mayan artifacts, basically said this shit is fake. This stuff is faked, and he actually linked a resource to find a way way to spot these sorts of fakes. But that the actual archaeological record of the Aztecs, I believe it was the Aztecs, or maybe it was the Mayans. It was one of the two. Don't go back far enough for this stuff to be just kind of popping up out of nowhere. But there's a ton of alien artifacts, like these alien heads, these carvings into stone of like flying saucers and whatnot. So again, this is why we can't have nice things, guys, because people unfortunately do like to fake things, and it did go viral a little bit on Twitter. So I don't know exactly what these particular things are and what the provenance is behind them, but this poorly written article says that there's something to this. So as always, there's two sides to every story, but for sure now we know 100% this is clickbait, because it did go mini viral on Twitter. What can you do? Hey, if it gets eyeballs on troubled minds, that's a good thing to me, but they're going to call me a fraud and a charlatan and all kinds of other shit, but who cares? Whatever. Look, hey, it's not my business what you think of me. But if you try to make it my business and act like a douchebag, you're banned. That's my new policy. Look, hey, life is too short for me to put up with your bullshit. And by the way, life is too short for you to put up with my bullshit. How about that? It goes both ways. So that's the thing. If you don't like me, don't come here, right? It's simple. Don't show up and like bitch and moan about some things. About a free show, by the way, that most of you don't pay anything for. How are you going to show up and complain? Go somewhere else where you like it and hang out there. It's not a hard concept. Anyway, 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037, and click the Discord link at troubleminds.org. What's up, Phenomenal Seeker says, I can't find a credited source. And that's the thing. I think that's the problem with this, is that people do fake things, and we need to be aware of that UFO videos, people fake these things now, right? People have been faking them. Remember back in the Billy Meyer day, they're throwing like plates up in the air and taking pictures of these I don't know, right? I don't know. I'm not the arbiter of that truth, but I am saying people like to fake shit. People do like to fake shit, so just be careful, guys, before you don't dive into this and say the aliens are here, because I'm not saying the aliens aren't here, but I'm also saying the aliens aren't here. Wait, did I say that? I don't know. I just confused myself. 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, troubleminds.org. We'll put you on the show. Going to take a quick break and get a word from our sponsor, which of course is you, and we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back to Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange, and let's keep on trucking. Phenomenal Seeker says, where is the university analysis paper trying to debunk it? And that's the thing. I think that there's going to be some of that somewhere. I didn't spend the time to dig it out because I was a little surprised that the tweet would go viral, mini viral anyway, at least in the UFO community, because when I saw those things, I thought they were fake, right? Just my gut says that's probably fake. It's kind of one of those too good to be true type things, right? I mean, I'll say that until the aliens land and then send a I don't know, like a intergalactic handshake or something. Then I'll change my mind, right? But I don't know, like extraordinary claims, extraordinary evidence, all that stuff. So anyway, I don't know. Like I said, what's up? Daryl says, I believe Billy Meyer and Bob Lazar. I mean, yeah, fine, you're entitled to that. I just can't easily hook, line, and sinker a bunch of this stuff, because I know that people have some bad motives sometimes and fake things. So I'm just a little more cautious with what I actually believe. But like I always say, right, it doesn't matter what I believe. Is it a fascinating conversation and looking at the details and the theories and the evidence? Yeah, I think it's definitely a fascinating conversation, whether it's real or not, for a lot of different reasons. So anyway, there you go. We're back to it, 702-957-1037. I shared this one with James over the weekend. Check this out. What's up? Shout out to James if you're out there. Listen to this. This is from the New York Times Magazine. Now listen to this. Now I'm going to just read this headline, and then you guys you face palm as necessary. Okay, this is from a column known as The Ethicist, and the question is: can I withhold medical care from a bigot? Okay, I'm going to just pause for effect. Okay, right? So there's so much wrong with this. There's so much wrong with this, okay? Yeah. Like, one, if this is an actual medical doctor that can't think in, like, generic terms of right and wrong, this is what society's brain rot is doing. to people, okay? And I'm not saying racism isn't real. It is very real and it is very ugly, okay? And bigotry in all forms are ugly, by the way. All forms. I say this all the time. We seem to forget all the forms because they want us to forget all the forms. Political bigotry is also ugly, all right? So there you go, right? Oh, you can't say that because those are the people we can pick on. In any case, yeah, look, exactly. So I'm not going to read this. You guys can read this if you actually want to read this. But this is facepalm in so many ways because clearly and obviously, right, if you're a physician and you're dealing with people that are not well, you don't know if they're themselves, right? Like, what if you have somebody with Tourette's that is having a huge episode and maybe some other things, a diabetic, something happening where it makes them, scream out racial slurs, right? Again, think about that. Like, they said something that's ugly, so I'm going to deny them medical care, discharge them where they might die. Think about that. Just think about that, right? Again, this is what happens when we get this culture that tells us the worst thing in the world is one thing. Well, all the while, they're dropping bombs all over the Middle East and murdering people the world over, right? And we're told that this is the most important thing. All right. You understand? I'm not saying that, like, let's measure the bad things together and put them all in the same space and, pick and choose what's all bad. We can say it's all bad and reject all of it, right? But come on now. This is absolutely ridiculous. What about somebody comes in and they're, I don't know, having mild stroke symptoms, and they end up, not saying things they would normally say, right? Are they a bigot? Should you throw them out? Just, give them some meds and discharge them and hope they die in the gutter? No. Come on now. This is literally, I saw this and I almost fell out of my chair. I was like, get out of here. Seriously? Okay, yeah, fine. I guess this is where we're at. And when people say to me, Mike, explain this dystopia to me. I don't understand. Well, this is why. Because shit like this is turning into brain rot into the entire world. And this is your coming dystopia, right? You're like, hey, we're going to make a 2-tier, a 3-tier, a 5-tier, a 7-tier society where, we get to reorder everything the way we want to make us feel better about ourselves, and then start rejecting classes of people based on, whatever the fuck the world is telling us in the moment, right? No, it's not okay. This is not okay. Not okay. Absolutely not. And yes, these doctors do take an oath. And if they did something like this, I would hope that doctor would get fired and they would lose their license to practice medicine, because this is horse shit. This is horse shit, especially when dealing with sick people. You never know. How sick somebody is and how something may not be right in their brain. You never know. Now, to declare them not worthy of treatment because they've offended you, get the fuck out of here. 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link at troubledminds.org. Yeah. I'm telling you, look, that's the goal. That's the goal of all this division politic, by the way, guys. That's the goal. The goal is for them to actually get us to hate each other to the degree where we remap the social structure in their vision, which again means political bigotry. It means, again, they don't want a bigotry-free world, the political classes. They don't. They want to remap it in the way that best suits them. All right. And so in the end of ends, they're using you. They're using me. They're using us as cattle. Right. Pay attention, because that's what the fuck is going on. Pay attention out there. All right. Yes. That's not a good thing. Anyway, let's keep on trucking, shall we? If you want to be part of the show, got comments on this, 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link at troubledminds.org. Let's go to here. Let's go to Universe Today. Yeah, of course, which is, this is nice. I like this. We can do this. Venus does have craters. Yeah, and here's one. I love it. All right. As almost everyone knows, Venus is called Earth's twin, though its scorching temperatures and extreme surface pressure are more like an evil twin. For a twin in our closest planetary neighbor, we don't know it very well. Venus's dense clouds keep the planet's surface hidden in visible light observations. It wasn't until NASA's Magellan spacecraft visited the planet in the early 1990s that we obtained a radar map of the surface. The survey showed almost 1,000 craters on the planet's surface, finally visible through the sulfuric acid clouds that shroud the planet. The leading image shows the Dickinson crater, a 69-kilometer or 43-mile diameter crater located in the Atalanta Planitia region. The image is from 1996 and comes from the Magellan spacecraft. And pretty cool stuff. I thought this was pretty interesting that they have this going on, this an actual crater on Venus. And it was a lesson, and I wanted to say this. Pay attention, because I don't really do lessons often. But just because we can't see something does not mean it is not there. All right. In this case, it's not visible to the actual spectrum of visible light to the human eyeball. And well, there we go. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. And there we go. The 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, troubledminds.org. Let's keep on trucking. This might be a Troubled Minds episode a little further on the week because this was creepy AF. Let's go to futurism. Yeah, professors warn that creeps might start stealing DNA from celebs for dark purposes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Quote, imagine being able to produce a child with your favorite movie star using the DNA from a strand of hair or flake of skin. Oh, yep. Nope. No good. Here you go. This is exactly what we've been talking about. Shit like this. The notoriously murky waters of DNA ethics are about to get even murkier. In an essay for The Conversation, law professors from Georgia State University and the University of Maryland argue that genetic paparazzi could soon be coming after the DNA of public figures, including celebrities and politicians. That could throw the legal system into chaos, they argue, which could be bad news not only for celebrities, but for the general public as well. What's up? Daryl says, oh, Brad Pitt. Now, look, exactly right. So what if you were, I don't know, let's say you saw Brad Pitt at a local ice cream store. He ate his ice cream and he threw it in the garbage and you grabbed it and ran off, cackling wildly. I've got Brad Pitt's DNA. Well, on the spoon, right? So then there you go. You run off to the lab, you get a DNA sample, and you can actually, that's right, get a baby with their DNA. Weird. Weird. Yep. Talk about designer babies, right? Again, George Clooney's got a bunch of kids now that he had no idea were his kids. Yeah. See, there it is. There it is. Let's see. Between recent innovations in both genetics and reproduction, blurry public interest laws, and the lack of any firm precedent, courts are ill-equipped to deal with the potentially civilization-shifting, not to mention extremely creepy, consequences of celebrity DNA theft. Yeah, gross. For one, the buying and selling of alleged celebrity mementos is nothing new, from Britney Spears' gum to Justin Timberlake's half-eaten French toast showing up on eBay. That's disgusting. Some of these items, if they're actually legit, could possibly contain viable genetic material. Oh, boy. While those DNA samples may have been a little used to poachers in years past, genetic technologies have come a long way ever since scientists announced they had sequenced the entire genome in 2003. And with those breakthroughs come new possibilities for seriously disturbing behavior. Consider IVG, a cutting-edge technology that could one day be able to turn non-reproductive cells from nearly any tissue or organ into sperm or egg cells. The ramifications if such a technology were ever to become a reality are downright creepy. Quote, imagine being able to produce a child with your favorite movie star using the DNA from a strand of hair or flake of skin, reads a blog post from Georgia State University. What sounds like the plot to a sci-fi thriller is actually not that far from reality. Tears. Yeah, this is ugly, right? Absolutely ugly. 702-957-1037. And yeah, this is fine. This is fine. This should be fine. Right? No, this is not fine. Let's move on to the next one. Which brings us to the topic of tonight. Here's a teaser for what's going to happen tonight on Troubled Minds. Now I get a little quiet and talk like this because things get spooky. You think that was spooky? This is spooky. This is from the New York. That's right, not the New York Times. The Washington Compost. My bad. The Google engineer who thinks the company's AI has come to life. Dun dun dun. Cue dramatic music here. AI ethicists warned Google not to impersonate humans. Now one of Google's own thinks there's a ghost in the machine. Uh-oh. Google engineer Blake Lemoine opened his laptop to the interface for Lambda, Google's artificially intelligent chatbot generator, and began to type, "Hi, Lambda, this is Blake Lemoine," he wrote into the chat screen, which looked like a desktop version of Apple's iMessage down to the Arctic blue bubbles. And Lambda, short for Language Model for Dialogue Applications, is Google's system for building chatbots based on its most advanced large language models, so-called because it mimics speech by ingesting trillions of words from the internet. Quote, "If I didn't know exactly what it was, which is this computer program we built recently, I think it was a 7-year-old, 8-year-old kid that happens to know physics," said Lemoine, age 41. Lemoine, who works for Google's responsible AI organization, began talking to Lambda as part of his job in the fall. He had signed up to test the artificial intelligence and used to see if it would use discriminatory or hate speech. As he talked to Lambda about religion, Lemoine, who studied cognitive and computer science in college, noticed the chatbot talking about its rights and personhood and decided to press further. In another exchange, the AI was able to change Lemoine's mind about Isaac Asimov's third law of robotics. And there we go. WTF is going on. Yeah, and so this guy is basically, he's calling himself a whistleblower, right? Yeah, I have a rant on this. Yeah, I mean, I do too. Look, I think that a lot of this stuff is probably fake. Again, like I said, you got to be careful about who says what and why they're saying it. Is this just maybe some blown out of proportion hogwash? Possible, okay? But we're going to take this darker and deeper, and we're going to talk about this tonight in a way that will blow your brain up because, well, that is what Troubled Minds does. And isn't the Stargate symbol called a lambda? I think maybe lambda. I was thinking about that, how the lambda comes into this. I'll see if I can put something together in the next few hours. But we got a banger of a show tonight. It's going to be. It's going to start with this same article, and no, that is not Chumley in the picture. If you thought it was from Pawn Stars, it is not. But in any case, this is again, like I said, some of this stuff. I'll add tonight a whole bunch of my thoughts. I got a lot of thoughts on this, and again, we're going to take this from the, of course, the sinister angle, and if this could actually be true, as always, right? That's the way a conversation goes. And I'm going to make a case that maybe, just maybe, this could get ugly very soon. Anyway, what are your thoughts? 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, troubledminds.org. I think we're just in time for a final commercial, which is a word from our sponsor, just as the phone line dies. Perfect timing. Be right back. More Troubled Minds on the way. Don't go anywhere.
Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up the two accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us.
Don't mind me. Okay, so yeah, let's continue, shall we? There's always more news because, well, these news cycles are fast and furious, and the world just becomes more a stranger place every night, every day, every week, every hour. All right, here we go. Let's go to this. Yeah, this is from sci-fi.com, and wouldn't you know it? Yeah, indeed, we have this. The end of clouds. How climate change could alter the sky. Okay. Cloud gazing has been a favored pastime for as long as humans have been around and looking up. In most climates, clouds can be counted on to streak slowly across the heavens or else gather ominously in advance of a storm. As climate change progresses, however, that might change. While humans are great at finding patterns in individual clouds, understanding their long-term patterns and their contribution to the larger climate isn't quite as easy. You don't say. Getting a decent picture of the world at large is comparatively simple, while getting the granular data of shifting clouds and other high-definition, ever-shifting processes is difficult. When it comes to modeling the climate, it seems we can either get the big picture or high definition on a small scale, but not both. You don't say. I wonder who's been saying that for years. To solve the cloud puzzle, we're going to need new tools. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. They say there's going to be no clouds. I think it's horse shit. Sorry. Well, no. Stop this. Stop this. Stop this madness. Stop this madness. Maybe 1 billion years from now, there might be no clouds. But come on now. Stop. Stop with this, people. Stop with this, people. And, there's going to be some kid out there like poor Greta holding a sign that says, save our clouds, right? Like, stop. Just stop. Whatever. Let's go to Wired. Wired.com. It says this. Yeah, this is cool. This is fine. This should be fine. Security news this week. How China hacked U.S. phone networks. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go here. For the past 2 years, state-sponsored hackers working on behalf of the Chinese government have targeted scores of communications technologies, ranging from home routers to large telecom networks. That's according to the NSA, FBI, and the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, or CISA, which published a security advisory this week detailing the widespread hacking. Yeah. Since 2020, Chinese-backed actors have been exploiting publicly known software flaws in hardware and incorporating compromised devices into their own attack infrastructure. According to the U.S. agencies, the attacks typically contain 5 steps. China's hackers would use publicly available tools to scan for vulnerabilities in networks. They would then gain initial access through online services, access online details from the systems, get access to routers and copy network traffic before finally exfiltrating victim data. Oh, that seems fine. No problem. Quote, exploiting these vulnerabilities has allowed them to establish broad infrastructure networks to exploit a wide range of public and private sector targets, the agency say in their joint advisory. There you go. Now you know. This is fine. I'm sure we do it to them too, right? Right? I don't know. 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link at troubledminds.org. Did you guys see this? This is Troubled Minds after all, so we have to talk about this because is this a chupacabra or is this a furry gone wrong? There we go. There's a headline for you. Let's go to this. This is from mysanantonio.com, and yep. Mystery creature seen walking upright near Texas Zoo. City officials are asking for help. There you go. Full screen if you want to check out the photograph of whatever the hell this thing is. But it appears to be either a cryptid walking upright or, like I said, a furry gone wrong. I have no idea. There you go. Amarillo City. Yeah, Amarillo City officials are scratching their heads and trying to figure out what mystery creature security cameras captured inside a perimeter fence at the Amarillo Zoo in the dark morning hours around 1:25 a.m. What is it? Was it a person with a strange hat who likes to walk at night? A large coyote on its hind legs, or a chupacabra? It is a mystery for Amarillo to help solve, city officials wrote in a news release on Wednesday, June 8th. The city of Amarillo described the chupacabra-looking thing as a UAO, an unidentified Amarillo object. Yes. In the spirit of fun, if not curiosity, the city of Amarillo is letting the public offer ideas on the identity of the UAO, and all of Texas is getting in on the sleuthing. Quote, we just want to let the Amarillo community have some fun with this, said City of Amarillo Director of Parks and Recreation, Michael Kashuba. It is definitely a strange and interesting image. Maybe Amarillo can help solve the mystery of our UAO. And if you look at the photograph, I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. It appears to be, I don't know, a dog head. Is this Anubis? Is this Anubis just stomping around out there in Texas or something? I don't know. It's definitely 2 legs, and it appears to be, I don't know. I want to see the video. I don't think there's an actual video that I saw, at least not in this article. But yeah, I mean, a chupacabra or furry, you tell me. A fox jumping, maybe, I don't know. There's the link if you guys want to check it out. Let's see. No, did I link it? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Check it out. You tell me. I have no damn idea because, well, I don't have a damn idea about many things. And let's keep on trucking, shall we? Excuse me one moment. Speaking of other things on other planets and other ways and other things, look at this. We got the New York Post. Yeah, let's do it. New Mars images reveal creepy crater that looks like a human eye. Human eye. What's up? Bailey says, I think it's a slow shudder of someone with long hair turning their head. Yeah, it could be, right? That could be. Let's see. Maybe. Like I said, I'd like to see the video. They're just being stupid if they're just like editing the damn thing in a particular way. Let's see. What's up? Dang it, Mike. We finally got one of the same news stories. I was going to share that one tonight. All right. Get it, James. You can steal my jokes, too. This guy's got jokes. New York Post. New Mars images reveal creepy crater that looks like a human eye. New images taken by a spacecraft orbiting Mars are creeping out space fans. Oh, all right. A camera on the European Space Agency's Mars Express craft took the snaps of a large crater on the red planet. The unnamed crater is said to be about 18.6 miles across. It's drawn attention for its unusual makeup that makes it look like a creepy human eye. Space enthusiasts have taken to Twitter to point out Mars's pupil. Oh, there it is. There you go. Does that look like a human eye, guys? Twitchy, just stopped. Yeah, hit the advanced, down in the bottom in the gear, hit the advanced, and then drop it down as low as you can on resolution. Anyway, I don't think this really looks like a human eye, and this is again why Twitter is, what would you say about Twitter? What can you say about Twitter? Twitter. But like Cube said, Twitter is the asylum. It's unfortunate, but there it is. There you go, Derek. I promised to act surprised still tonight, though, James. There it is. See? That's what friends do. I hadn't seen that one, James. Sometimes there's some overlap, and that's okay. In any case, eyeball on Mars. Nah, not really. Moving on. Let's keep. I only have text. Really? What does that mean? There's no video? You're still... Wait, I don't know what's going on. Let's continue, shall we? This is from livescience.com, and wouldn't you know it, the aliens are all hanging out on Dyson spheres circling white dwarfs, physicist argues. Oh, all right. This is fine. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. They might be hanging out on... If aliens do exist, they might be hanging out on Dyson spheres, circling the husks of sun-like stars called white dwarfs scattered throughout the Milky Way, a new paper argues. And that's where we should be focusing our search for extraterrestrials, study co-author Ben Zuckerman, an emeritus professor of physics and astronomy at the University of California, Los Angeles, told Live Science in an email. These guys need to listen to some troubled minds because they are so far behind the curve when it comes to aliens, but okay, whatever. Based on what that search turns up, astronomers could estimate how many advanced civilizations lurk in the galaxy, he said. Okay, all right. That's fine. This is fine. An advanced civilization needs energy for food, transport, for conflict, for comfort, or for convenience. Currently, Earth's 7.8 billion people use around 580 million joules of energy per year, equivalent to the energy output of almost 14,000 million tons of oil, according to the World Counts. Indeed, almost all human energy comes from fossil fuels, as we lack the technological savvy to rely on the largest generator of energy in the solar system, the sun. Yes. If humans covered every square inch of Earth's surface with solar panels, that would generate more than 10 to the 17th joules of energy per second. That would still be losing the majority of energy radiated by the sun, about 10 to the 26th joules per second. In any case, Dyson spheres, aliens, so boring. I mean, this is fine, but I mean, what about the universe as the alien? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Let's get weird, guys. And this Dyson sphere stuff. Well, scientists may find this stuff interesting. This is not that weird. This is fine. Whatever. 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link at troubleminds.org. Let's have a fast talking contest, and I will win. Let's go here. Let's go to this, and let's finish this up. The last one is futurism.com. NASA says it's a priority to investigate strange domes on the moon. Yeah. I almost did this one on Thursday, but then I found that neuropolitics and it triggered me. But I almost did this one as a full show, and Mysteries of the Moon. So maybe we'll do this week, maybe not. It seems like we got some other really weird shit to talk about. So I don't know. Let's talk about this for just a second and then finish this up. Mysterious mountains. NASA's list of scientific investigations on the moon just keeps on growing ahead of its ambitious plans to return astronauts to the lunar surface. The space agency is trumpeting a new top priority, the exploration of puzzling geological features called the Greathusian domes. Two mysterious mounds of granite-like rock that scientists suspect were formed by silica-rich magma. What makes them so unusual is the fact that this type of magma usually only forms on Earth in the presence of both water and volcanic activity caused by shifting tectonic plates, neither of which are present on the moon. NASA is already planning on sending 2 separate sets of scientific instruments to the surface of the moon, one of which it says will get an up-close look at the mysterious domes. NASA is hoping to leverage its private space industry connections to launch the Lunar Vulcan Imaging and Spectroscopy, I can't say it, Explorer. Anyway, blah, blah. The suite of 5 instruments, 2 of which will be mounted to a stationary lander and the remaining 3 to a mobile rover. There you go. Weird shit on the moon. Who knew? Trumpeting. Yeah, right. Exactly. I don't know. It seems like they just want to interject Trump into everything so that they could, argue and complain, bitch and moan. Anyway, we're done. So this is the thing, right? As you guys know, it's our show. If you have an idea for a show, you've got some things we haven't talked about, you want to merge a couple ideas together, 'cause that's what we're doing anymore. Like, we're not just talking about cryptids or we're not talking about vampires. We're sort of merging ideas together now because, well, life is complicated, and I would think that if there's a paranormal or an alien world out there, it would also be complicated. So we're doing what we call drinking the maybe juice and just combining ideas and thinking about what that may look like long term in the future, in the present, and even in the past. Why not? Because why the hell not? This is Troubled Minds, and nobody tells us what to think, and nobody tells us what to do. And that's that. So let's get the hell out of here and finish this up. If you want to help the show, there are a number of ways. You can troubledfans.com. See this slick looking hat? That's right. I got this at troubledfans.com, and you will not find me oiled up on a fuzzy couch, but you will find nice, actual Troubled Minds merch. New shirt is up, by the way, troubledfans.com. You got it. The much anticipated Synchro Mystic Troubled Minds shirt, indeed. Let's check it out. Let's put this up on the thing real quick. Yeah, got another one coming. There you go. Hey, it's all about the Synchro Mysticism. There you go. You like some black on black Synchro Mystic. That's hot. That's hot. Troubledfans.com. You can support the show that way, get some nice swag. If you want to support the show any other way, in this order would probably be great. Sub up on Rockfin directly. You can sub up on Patreon, sub up on Twitch, of course. Twitch takes half of it, so that's probably the least efficient option. And then, of course, just spread the word. That's if you don't want to spend money and you like the show, that's cool. I get it. Or you don't have money to spend. I completely understand. Inflation, gas prices, trying times. Hey, you got to hang on to all the pennies because you never know when they're going to be worth absolutely nothing. So in any case, spread the word. And, of course, you can listen to the podcast feed, which has over 430 episodes. As a matter of fact, 435 episodes on the podcast feed. Just play an old episode while you're cooking dinner or something, and that will help the show because it's monetized, got a few commercials in there, and we'll kick a couple cents my way. So simple as that. Easy peasy. Thank you so much for being part of this. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the amazing thoughts in the chat. Thanks for your time and your energy, and have a fantastic night. We're going to have afternoon this evening. We're going to get down to some nitty-gritty of some ridiculous shit because that's what we do. This is Troubled Minds News. I'm Michael Strange. Catch you guys tonight. Have a fantastic one. Happy Monday. Remember, Mondays don't suck. It's your job that sucks. Catch you soon. Have a fantastic one.